The heart and vision for this ministry really began with our family's time serving on the mission field in Zambia. Our family lived in Zambia for 7 years. While we were there, we just began to see the potential for how the Lord could use short-term missions to accomplish so much, not only in the communities where we minister, but also in the teams that we send. Our heart as a ministry has really been to prioritize people over projects, and to help empower local ministries to do what God's already called them to do in their own communities. So when we bring teams, we partner alongside those local ministries to really build up and encourage them in what they're already doing, and so that we can plug people into their ministries and continue the work that God's already doing there when we're no longer around. In 2019, we began sending our first teams as Africa Freedom Mission. And now our overarching ministry, Freedom House International, operates as the house that holds many rooms. Africa Freedom Mission is a ministry of FHI, or one of the rooms in the house. Zambia is our overseas home and our international ministry base, and eventually it will be a training facility and a missions base for global ministry. Other rooms in our FHI house include partnerships in other nations, as well as Freedom House Discipleship School and other ministry here in the States.
So I want to be able to give you just a little bit of our core values as a ministry. We really have pillars within this ministry that makes us who we are. The first one being the Great Commission. Naturally, as a missions organization, our heart is for the Great Commission, but we believe that every soul, man, woman, child, has an ability to receive Jesus, and that we have a part to play in that. And so our desire is to go into the hardest and darkest places to reach and preach the gospel to people who don't have him or think that they have him, and give them the ability to surrender their lives to Jesus. Another pillar that we have is discipleship to Jesus. We believe that the Lord wants to do just as much in you as he wants to do through you. So part of our time on trips, a big chunk of our time actually, is spent in God's presence. We believe that Jesus wants to encounter people and transform them from the inside out so they can be better messengers of him in the world, that they can go home and change their families, they can change their schools, or whatever sphere of influence that they have. Another main pillar for us is being spirit-led. And what we really mean by that is we want to hear God's voice. We believe the Holy Spirit speaks to his children, and that includes you. And I think it's easy sometimes to come on a trip like this, or to even consider going on a mission trip and feel pressure. But the beauty is we don't have to feel pressure about going out in ministry, because the Holy Spirit knows exactly who we're going to meet. He knows exactly who we're going to encounter, and he's the one who wants to speak to and speak through you as you do this. And so we want to teach people what it means to hear God's voice in ministry, specifically to actually ask him, hey, what am I doing today? Where am I going? What am I going to be a part of? And allow the Holy Spirit to lead us in all things. Another pillar for us is being biblically grounded. We desired that the word would be made real to all of us as we study it, and we want to be very biblically grounded when it comes to everything that we do. So we spend a lot of time in the Word. There's a lot of days that you will be on this trip that you will be journeying through the scriptures, whether it's for an hour or even a few hours. And we want to have spaces and times that you can really open up the Word and learn more and be discipled in the Word. But also, we want to train you in the Word so that it's in you, so as you go out and do ministry, whether it's in Africa or in Guatemala, that it's in you so much so that it comes and flows through you freely. So being biblically grounded is a huge part of what we do. And the final one is unity. We want people to feel like family. We all come from different backgrounds. Us as a ministry, we have a really cool place where we get to come as a middle ground to a bunch of different denominations and say, hey, we might believe certain things different theologically, but we know centrally, we believe that Jesus died on a cross for us. We know that he lived a perfect life, that he lived a sinless life, that he resurrected, and that he gave us his Holy Spirit. And if that can be the central piece, we can become unified on all these other topics. And so our heart is for unity, to learn to love one another, the two greatest commandments, to love God and to love your neighbor as yourself. Unity is a big part of what we do, so we hope that pillar for you, unity as a whole, is something that you learn while you're here.
Okay,
So let's say you want to come on a trip with us. First things first, make sure you fill out the interest form. If you're getting this video, that probably means you already did and you've scheduled a call with us. If you've scheduled a call with us, that means that the person who will be taking your call will send you a link to a questionnaire form. We ask that you fill out this questionnaire form before we hop on the phone with you. This just gives us the opportunity to have an idea of what trips you're interested in and how we can gear our conversation. If you don't get the chance to fill it out though, don't worry about it. It will really just get you into our system and give you the opportunity to move forward in the process of joining a team. Let's say we get on the phone call, it's an amazing time, we both think that the partnership would be a great fit. That just means after our phone call, we'll go ahead and approve your questionnaire. This will just make sure and prompt you for the next section where it will allow you to put down your deposit. This deposit will secure your spot on a team and as well just go directly towards your fundraising total. Once you get that deposit in, we'll move you to your designated team and then send you a few links. One of these links will be the link to a GroupMe chat with you and everybody who is going on a trip, as well as your personal fundraising link. This will as well be through the Go Method site that we use, and it will be where everybody can fundraise and help you get funded for your team. You can send this to friends, family members, post it on social media. This is where you will start to get and gather your fundraising. Once you also get down your deposit, you are required to submit the financial agreement and the indemnity forms. Please actually read these. They're really important information and things that are easy to just skim over, but it's important you read these to sign up for a trip to make sure that you understand what you are agreeing to. Lastly, your FHI call person will also be your contact point for the remainder of your time fundraising and getting ready for your trip. So if you have questions or anything like that, please make sure to reach out to your call person. Also, we just care about who you are and who's coming with us, so we are here to pray with you, support you in any ways that you need leading up to your trip.
So now that you're on a team and you have all your information, the first thing you need to do is log into your team account, which you can access through your giving link that was texted to you. Once you sign in, you'll want to go to your requirements tab and start completing the requirements there on your page. This includes watching support raising videos and developing your strategy for fundraising.
A lot of questions that we get pertain to fundraising deadlines and fundraising goals. A couple helpful ideas and goals and milestones to keep in mind when it comes to going on your trip is for summer teams, we ask that you would have $1,800 in your account around March or April, just depending on which team you're going on. And then 2 weeks before your travel, all of your funding needs to be in your account. For winter teams, that $1,800 flight deposit must be in your account by October. And then same deal, full funding must be in your account 2 weeks prior. And then for our spring break teams, we ask that you would have $1,800 in your account around January. And then same deal, 2 weeks before your trip, all those funds must be in. We'll talk to you about your trip cost during your interest call, but we want to make sure that you're aware of what's typically covered for your trip based on your trip cost and what might not be covered for your FHI or AFM trip. Typically, in your trip cost, your international flights are covered, as well as your hotel in your departure city, your food, your lodging, and your transportation during a trip, as well as an excursion during your trip. The only thing that is not covered in your trip cost is if you need a domestic flight to get to your departure city. Our departure cities vary based on your trip and flight routes and what looks best for your team. But ultimately, if you need a flight to get there, that is the only thing that is not covered in your trip, as well as if you need immunizations or vaccines. And then lastly, if you desire to purchase travel insurance. Those things are all up to your discretion and what you want and what you decide to do, but the rest is covered through your trip cost.
So how does travel work? We will book your international flights and send you your itineraries through the GroupMe. Once you have your itinerary, then you can book your domestic flights coming to your departure city the day before your international flight leaves and going home the day that your international flight arrives back. We'll spell it all out for you in the GroupMe, no need to stress about that. You'll meet in your departure city the day before your international trip and you'll spend the night in a hotel. That's where you'll get to know your team in person for the first time. You'll have a little bit of an orientation with one of our FHI representatives who will meet you there to check everybody in and facilitate some orientation and getting to know one another. When you arrive, we'll check your travel documents, make sure that you have everything you need, and send you off to the airport for your international trip all together as a team. If you're coming to serve with us from a different country besides the United States, we are so excited to have you. What will happen for your trip is that you will be responsible for booking your own international flights, and you will meet us in the country where you're serving alongside your team. You'll still be a part of the group meet and trainings along with the rest of your team. We'll communicate all the details with you on your interest call.
So we know that was a lot of information, but now you're ready for an interest call. So if you have any questions at all, please reach out to your call team member and ask at any point. We can either text you or get on a phone call with you to help answer any questions. But as you get ready to get on this interest call is to just learn more about you. We want to hear about your story. We want to hear why God called you. We want to hear how we can pray for you. And we want to really just come alongside you in your journey as you get ready to step out in faith on a trip. And so we're really excited and we can't wait to connect with you.